Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and you may remember this coin, 1899 O Micro O that I paid 3,500 for. Got that back, and actually this video has some rather unusual crackouts, including some old school stuff, an ICG Better Date Morgan, a raw Better Date Colonial, and we'll start with this coin, which is not mine. And a friend had me send in for him, and something I wanted to show to you just because, talk about a fun coin. 1838C, $5 gold piece. And I almost bought a 1839 O half dollar from a guy, but it was overpriced. But I was going to buy it just so I could show you a coin with the mint mark on the obverse of the coin. So these late date 1830s, early 1840s, there's I think about a 4-year window where they actually put the mint mark on the front of the coin instead of on the back of the coin. And so that C mint mark right above the date is such a cool feature. You know, you could just collect those, just the coins with the mint mark on the front. A little over 17,000 of these were produced. This coin is in hand definitely a little too bright. It's been cleaned in the past, and that was noted on the label for us as a very fine details coin. Cleaned, and still a lovely coin. Super low mintage from the Charlotte Mint. And gray sheet and fine is 3,000 and very fine is 6,000. Hard to know exactly what it's worth with the cleaning, but you can kind of go to auction records and see how people perceive it. It's a neat coin, and something that I'm really happy for my friend that he's got, because it's such a cool piece. Just so neat to get that little mint mark on the front. Now, the funny thing is, I've seen the Charlottes before. I haven't seen any of the Dahlonegers. I haven't seen one with a D on the front, oddly enough, even though the scarcity level is pretty comparable. So pretty cool coin. Now we get to the stuff that's like, okay, what what was Ben thinking? So we're going to start with this Large Eagle 1791. One of my favorite Colonial types is it's got the original G-dub on there, George Washington, and it is a piece that is just really a fun piece overall. Pardon me while I move some stuff around here to try to get a look that I kind of want so you can see stuff. Large Eagle, this is the eagle on the back. And overall, I really like this coin. It has a touch of a proof-like quality to the back. And in my mind of minds, I had shown this to you. I bought it raw, and I paid a lot of money for it, $1,700 for this coin. And all I had to do is basically come back, unk, straight grade to, make something on it. It would be worth a couple grand, but I thought it was a little bit nicer than that. Unk detail is cleaned, which is problematic as far as, it's only problematic as far as money goes, right? Other than that, it's great. So I think that it's really quite a lovely piece, and it is unfortunate that I'm probably going to have to try NGC on this one. I know you guys don't lose any sleep over me sending stuff in twice and cracking things out and trying again. I know that, but I rather it would have just straight graded. It's really a neat piece. It's got that kind of discoloration on high points, which is actually typical of something that used to be in one of the brown manila envelopes for a while. And overall, it's a really cool piece, and I was just so sad to see it come back called cleaned. So anyway, I'm sitting here having a pity party really quick. Short-lived pity party, and we're going to move on to something else, something completely different. Maybe a brand new pity party, because I got this 1891 O Morgan that was in an ICG 64 Plus holder. All right, I need my Morgan specialist to please stand up and tell me what you think of this guy here, 1891. So these coins are notoriously flat struck. So it's got a little spot there. I'm aware of the spot. And it's got the real flat strike. I'm aware of that. And then the fields and the cheek I thought were really very nice. And I'm trying to understand the grading on 91 O's, and you can see flat as a pancake on this guy. But a super nice coin overall, and I thought for sure, as it was previously in the 64 plus holder, I thought, I'll get at least a 64 out of it, and I thought it was definitely a shot at a 5. So the coins that I'm finding graded 5 are mostly struck up well, but overall the eye appeal is not any better than this coin. And so this is where you get into the grading philosophy. Strike should not matter in grade. Strike and grade are two different things. This is not ancient coins, this is US coins. I found this grade to be somewhat silly. I mean, a 63 is going to be for an average looking coin. This coin is quite stunning actually in person. Aside from that spot, which I did not try to remove, the coin is much nicer, I think, than most any 91O I've owned. I've had a lot of 91Os. They're not a super rare date, but it's the kind of coin that, in 63 is a $500 coin, in 64 is a $700 coin, in 65 it's like $3,000. So they're hard to get in 65. They're very critical on these, and I understand that. I knew that going into it, but I was a little surprised by the overall result on that. So from the ridiculous to the sublime, this coin, this 1890 $20 gold piece, was in one of these really big Mondo old school holders that I thought was really cool. I had a little group of these in, just an old school stuff from back in the mid 80s. 1890 happens to be a little bit better date for their $20 gold pieces, and so in the gray sheet, an MS62 coin is 4,000, MS63 is 7,000, MS61 is like 2,500. So it's the type of coin that has huge jumps in value from one grade to the next, and auction results are quite varied. So you'll see them kind of jumping all around on these coins. And overall, I thought I had to send this one in just because I thought, well, I'm going to get at least a 2 out of it. And I got the least, a 2 out of it. That's right. So that's good, though. I still think one way or the other, that is a moneymaker, as they say. That's going to be worth more than I'd originally paid for it. I bought it from a dealer just raw in a group of these guys here that all the other ones were really common dates, and pretty interesting. Pretty interesting way to find something. I mean, you would never think to look for something in one of these holders, but some things have changed. The market value has changed over time on certain things, and in the biblical fashion, we save the best for last, or maybe the most disappointing for last, whichever it is. 99O Micro O. For those of you who didn't watch the video, where have you been? This was the coin I said had one little problem on it, and that was that it is that little problem is that Micro O, which they actually had used a punch for the O from the barber quarter, very specific to this coin, and they're neat. It's a neat variety. In lower grades and average grades, it's cherry pickable, if you don't mind me making up words. It's the type of thing that you can go out and find and cherry pick. Of course, the reverse is really beautiful. It does have, I think, the marks of a 64-ish coin. It's got a line there and some markings above the eagle. Most of the fields, though, are really clean, and so of course you can almost always guess, well, if the back's a 64, the front's going to be a 63 or lower, right? Because the back's always nicer than the front on these coins. And overall, I thought the coin itself was pretty nice. It's got a little bit of some discoloration toning there, but it's got a lot of chatter, a lot of marks to it. If I get the angle right, you can see all those marks kind of start popping up on the cheek and the neck. And so if the angle's wrong, it looks like it's $1 million, right? So that's why when you buy stuff on eBay, you want to be careful, because there are guys who are predatory who actually make all the coins look like $1 million. Believe it or not. I know, it's hard to believe, right? Dishonesty in today's age. Whew, who knew? Who knew? So this coin, MS62, which I can't say I'm too disappointed in. I'm happy I got a straight grade out of it, just because I know how this turned out. I know how coins turn out. I just sent in a group of 2.5 Indians for a friend, and you know, a lot of them came back with not a straight grade, which is really rough. I will say that this coin, you know, bids basically kind of at what I paid for it, but I still think based on auction results, I can make a little bit of money on it. The big payout is if you actually get to 63, because you know this coin at 3,500 bucks, you know, it's still in a holder probably worth, you know, 4,500, maybe a little bit less. 63s are selling for, you know, 7,000 range. This is on the VAM 4. They also have, I think, a VAM 32 and a VAM 26, if I remember right. They had a couple different varieties on this coin. And the other VAMs are even more scarce and rare. But this one we'll probably go ahead and put on the website to start and see if any of our dollar specialists have interest in it. I actually have one or two clients locally. I may actually give them a call first because, you know, I don't know if they want the specialized coin like that. But overall, you know, your typical mixed bag. You know, I have pretty good results on a couple coins. This needs to be straight graded for me to be okay on, and I'm going to try that at NGC. This, you know, it's a spot away, I think, from being really a great coin. But man, I got to think on that one. So, and you know, this was show and tell. That's a great coin for everyone to look at. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.